YouTube Nation, Maven TV, aka me TV, aka I'm standing on the shoulders of giants today. That's right, or should I say ex-Giants? That's right, because Plaxico Burress, for those who know, he's been released from prison. That's right, and he wants to play for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, anyone who has been watching the videos or saw the pictures, I mean, this dude came out straight out of prison with a fresh ass, crisp ass Phillies hat on. Like, you see, they're just giving away in the prison? All right, that's what you're doing? Come on, man. We know this is all Drew Rosenhaus's doing, all right? We know he went there and said, put this on, we will get you a job right now. That's what he did, all right? And then jumping around, carrying on, hugging him. Look. We can just bring him on to the Eagles. Bring him on, all right? And Howard Eskin, I swear, because Giants fans know, you'd rather have Plex on your team than have him against you. Seriously, we all know this. And like I said, Howard Eskin, oh, God, Howard Eskin, you know, just lay the fuck down. Howard Eskin, what the fuck is wrong with you, all right? You get on TV last night and say that, well, this is a bad move for the Eagles if they do sign Plaxico Burress. How? Then he goes on and says, well, you know, it would hurt Deshaun Jackson's, his receptions if they bring in Plex because Drew Rosenhaus is Deshaun Jackson's agent and he's trying to give him a bigger contract. Nah, bro. Let me explain to you. Obviously, you're too fucking stupid to understand this. This is why I hate all these guys in Philly, you know what I mean? They get on their high horse and, you know, they think they're shit and they don't know the fuck they're talking about. Look. Understand this, all right? If we bring in Plex, Giants fans, y'all can vouch for me on this. Y'all know by now, if you play one-on-one coverage with Plex, he's going to take you downfield deep, and he's going to catch a ball, and it's going to be over. All right? So you have to double-team Plex. If they double-team Plex, guess what's going to happen? They're going to leave Deshaun Jackson open, and then he'll run down the fucking field and score. You have to understand that's what this is about. Also, we need a guy who can jump over players so you can do that 5-10-yard flare. Just throw it right up into the end zone. He can catch it. We don't have a receiver that can do that. That's what he would be used for, Howard Eskin. Understand why it's used. See, this is what happens when you don't play the fucking game. This is what happens, all right? Howard Eskin, all you old motherfuckers, sit the fuck down, all right? And I've been saying this because I'll tell you guys now. I was talking to Mike Missinelli's assistant, trying to get on the radio show with him because I wanted to debate with him. And they said no. Why? Check out this. Why? Because they thought that I would kill him in a debate and make him look bad on his own show. Yeah, see, this is what happens to you. All you old motherfuckers, move on. It's time for some new blood. It's time for some new blood, man. I'm trying to do this bigger, but they won't let me in. They won't let me in. I'm just saying. All right, now, also, I also want to give a shout-out real quick, all right? A shout-out to Carlos Zambrano from the Chicago Cubs. For those who do not know what happened earlier this weekend, oh, my God. First off, it takes a big man to say this, all right? But the Cubs lost to the Cardinals, right? Carlos Zambrano comes out and says, yo, it's unacceptable how we lost to the Cardinals. Let them come back, 2 games in a row. Albert Pujols hit 2 walk-off home runs in 2 days in a row, and they won the game. Zambrano's like, we suck. There's nothing else to it. We suck. It's like, damn. Like, really? Just throw the whole team under the bus. We just suck. Deal with it. Like, damn. Cubs fans, you have to be mad at this point. Seriously. He just came straight out, was just like, we suck. We stink. It's unacceptable. There's nothing we can do about it. Oh, no, man. Anyways, guys, like I told y'all on the fan page, earlier, on the weekend, I told you guys that Andre Iguodala, I ran into him on Friday. I ran Andre Iguodala, and I understand that, the camera adds about 15, 20 pounds, maybe 10, 15 pounds to a person, but I didn't know that Andre Iguodala was that skinny. Seriously, when I walk by Andre Iguodala, right, I'm looking at him, and I'm like, damn, he's skinny. And I'm like, if I was just thinking to myself, if I post him up, he's going to fall over because I could just knock his ass down. And if he fell, then I'd probably flex on him afterwards. But you have to understand, he is very skinny. He's very tall. He's ripped. But he's tall and very long and skinny, all right? And here's the thing. He's about 6'4", 6'5", maybe, which is not a big deal. If you've ever played basketball court, you see tall guys. It's not a big fucking deal. But he was walking around like, oh, God. And I was wearing my Sixers hat at the time, too. So he's like, oh, God, I hope no one says anything to me. And I'm thinking to myself, no one's going to say shit to you. No one cares. No one's going to say anything to you, Andre. You have to understand this, all right? And like I said, just a couple weeks ago, I ran into Jeff Carter as well. But it's like, no one's going to say anything to you. You can walk around this city, and no one's going to bother you, really. Seriously. And my people was like, yo, I'm real tempted to tell him, work on a jump shot. Work on your jump shot. It was hilarious. But let me tell you this now. It has been confirmed today. We just had this talk like a month or so ago when they were still in the playoffs. What did I say? Trade Andre Iguodala for Monte Ellis. Well, guess what? ESPN and even the local stations right now are confirming that the Sixers are looking in trades for Andre Iguodala for Monte Ellis. That's right. Already, it's not official yet because they haven't signed anything. But right now, that's what's going on here in Philadelphia. Y'all get ready. I told y'all, Monte Ellis. I told y'all. All right, now look. We need to move on real quick. I have to ask you guys about Real Madrid, all right? I'm going to ask you guys something because what's their flaws? And I asked you guys this because I don't get a chance to see Real Madrid enough. And the Philadelphia Union, they're getting ready to play them very soon. And I'm thinking about going to the game. So I want to know everything about Real Madrid. I know some of you guys are saying they're a high-priced team and they're garbage and this, that, and third. But what are their flaws? I really need to know this. Look, I need to move on real quick, all right? Phillies woes. Look, guys, record, don't worry about it, all right? We're going to still win, and I say this because Phillies fans have been coming up to me, like just Philly fans in general, been coming up to me. And I gotta talk about this real quick. This is starting to piss me off, all right? On the street, I got random people coming to me. The other day, I had my Flyers gear on, right? I had my Hockey Fights Cancer shirt on, my Flyers hat, right? Of course, lean to the side. This random dude comes up and says, Flyers, the Flyer season is over. You should be wearing Phillies gear. Are you fucking serious? Look, let me tell you something. I'll wear what the fuck I want to wear on the street. Just because the hockey season is over doesn't mean you can't still support the sport. And last time I checked, hockey season's still going on. Just because we're out doesn't mean it's over. See, that what really pisses me off. When I walk around with Sixers gear on here, I ain't gonna say anything. You wanna know why? Because everybody knows in Philly is a balling place, all right? 365 days a year, you're gonna find somebody playing basketball. You probably won't find that, everyone playing hockey all the time. But that's not the point. The point is, I should be able to support whatever team I want. That's simple, all right? Now, when I wore my Phillies gear the other day, right, I had a guy come up to me and say, man, he's like, Phillies, go Phillies. But then he's like, they need to win a game. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, they need to win a game. We still have the best record in the league. What are you saying that we need to win a game? What the fuck? And you can tell these had to be, and this guy was old enough to know better too. He was like in his 40s. Both guys who approached me were in their 40s. So you think they know by now. It's almost making me feel like our fans are getting kind of spoiled at this point. I mean, seriously, there's no reason you should be coming up to me and saying they need to win a game. Seriously, we're still on top of the National League East. We have the best record in baseball. What's the problem? What's the fucking problem? Yeah, our bats are kind of cooled down right now, but our pitching is still stellar, and they need some support out there. I will say that now. And Charlie Manuel, why the fuck are you still dealing with Baez? He's a fucking pet project, and let me say this as well, all right? You take, when Shane Victorino comes back up, you sending down John Mayberry. No, send fucking Martinez down. The fuck you sending down Mayberry for? He's actually doing a good job. Look, stop. This is bullshit, man. Seriously, look, let's move on. NHL, all right, because I just spoke about the Flyers, and I have to say this real quick. Flyers, for the fans who haven't seen it around Philadelphia, check this out real quick. Really, Flyers? Really? You need a goalie that bad that you have to advertise? Look, if you need a goalie that bad, I'm telling you now, if you can promise me some ice time, I'll get in hockey shape, and we can do this. I'm telling you now, because Bush ain't getting the job done. He's just not, all right? And speaking of hockey, I want to talk about the NHL Finals, Stanley Cup Finals, all right? Look, guys, let me say this right now, all right? Vancouver is going to beat the Boston Bruins as far as I'm concerned, all right? Game 1, amazing, all right? Game 2, 11 seconds, really? 11 seconds into overtime? Amazing. Look, both goalies are played pretty much standing on their head, but Tim Thomas broke down in both clutch situations in Game 1 and 2. I did not understand why he was playing out so far in Game 2 when he was playing so aggressive. He pretty much beat himself, all right? Now, I have to say this, Boston Bruins, you have to understand you cannot play Chara that many minutes. He is not a Chris Pronger. You can't. All right, we've seen this. He gets tired. He's sluggish. He can't do anything. He's just taking up ice time. You have to limit him. I understand he's your captain, but you have to limit him. In Game 3, let me say this now, all right? As much as I hate the Boston Bruins, Horton, I hope you're okay. You never want to see a player go down like that, all right? You never. So hopefully he's okay. He'll be back soon. Game 3 was pretty much Boston riding that wave because they said, let's win one for Horty. Like let's win one for the Gipper. Like, you got to be kidding me. All right, and that was the result. All right, so understand that's what it was. Game 4, Boston, if you do not even attempt Game 4, Vancouver's not going to play with you guys. They will get dirty with you. They will get physical with you. They don't care. They don't care. All right, it's not like the other teams you played. All right, you're not going to bully them. And I have to say this because Boston fans, I talked to some of you Boston fans, was it last week? And you guys had said, you finally admitted that Boston is a dirty team. I've been saying this for how long? Boston is a dirty team. Yes. All right. And this is what they said, and I quote, they said, what we make up for lack of skill, we use with dirty tactics. And they said afterwards, deal with it. That's what they said. Deal with it. No, you don't have to say, you don't understand. We don't have to deal with it. But I understand what you're saying. They're admitting this now, all right? Boston, you are in trouble if you do not win Game 4. I'm just saying. If you don't. Vancouver is... I understand that was a fluke last night, and the Luongo that people thought was going to show up, showed up. It's going to let all those goals up. But you have to understand, that doesn't mean they're going to collapse just yet. I'm just saying. Now I need to move on to the NBA playoffs, which is a fucking joke. The championship, it's a horrible, oh my God, man. I told you guys, I was watching this because what? Competition. But there's no fucking competition. I just see guys flopping around all the fucking place and they're not playing right. None of them are playing right, all right? The Heat, I've said this before, the Heat are not that good, but they're playing better than Dallas right now. Now, I said originally that Dallas, looking at the matchups, Dallas should win because of their starting lineup and because they have a bigger bench and a more experienced bench. But they're not showing up to play. What the fuck is Stevenson out there for? He scored 3 points the whole game the other day. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, seriously, just sit him on the bench, put Jason Terry on there. And speaking of Jason Terry, all right, for those who do not understand what happened, last week I told you guys what? About the whole tattoo thing, because he was so, he was so confident they were going to make a run this year and that they would win it all, right? Well, he's come out again and said that now if they don't win, he'll get the tattoo removed. Oh, my God, look. I got tattoos, y'all can see. You get something that you're going to love to put on yourself because you love it, because it's something that means something to you. You don't just get something and say, oh, I'm going to remove it later. No, especially when you're, an athlete and it's something that you predicted. Also, if you look at other Jason Terry's tattoos, he's got one of those arms that says Mr. Fit. What the fuck? I don't care how conditioned you are. That's a joke. Wait, I'm seriously. You're just waiting to be laughed at. Now, for those who also don't know what happened with Jason Terry the other day, all right, he came out and he called out LeBron James. Yeah, he said that LeBron shut him down in Game 1 and in Game 3, but he couldn't shut him down in Game 2. So he's asking LeBron to shut him down in Game 4. You don't do that. What the fuck is wrong? You're just giving him fuel to the fire. You don't do that, Jason Terry. Just shut your fucking mouth. See, and this is the problem. I had said before, he's a very arrogant individual. You know what? After those statements, the Heat is going to win this championship as far as I'm concerned. All right, you don't give them that type of heat. You were getting blocked left and right in Game 3. I mean, it was a joke. And then Dirk comes out and says, well, he's calling out LeBron James, so I'm going to call out Jason Terry. And he comes out and says, Jason Terry isn't pulling his weight. Yeah, that's what Dirk said, all right? Now, Dirk is the last person to talk because as we saw in Game 3, we got to put this on Dirk's shoulders. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, I have to point this out, all right? Because they keep saying, because Magic and all them, fuck Magic Johnson and all them, they're saying, oh, well, if it wasn't for, after they lost, well, Dirk's, supporting cast isn't helping them, and this, that, and third. Bullshit, all right? Dirk is a superstar. He is the main man on that team. He should get the last shot. Sorry. Anyways, look, he's the main man on that team. He should get the last shot. So what does Dirk do? In Game 2, whatever I've been saying about Dirk, points in the paint, right? Game 2, what did he do? He took soft-ass CHRIS BOSH, he took him to the paint, and they won the game, right? Took him to the paint, won the fucking game. In Game 3, he has Haslam D'ing him up, a shorter man, a smaller man. What does Dirk do? Instead of taking him to the paint, he goes for the bullshit jump shot, and he misses. Which makes no sense. Take him to the fucking rack. You just proved that you can do it, and you proved that in Game 2, it works. It's effective. Why are you not taking the clearly smaller man to the hole is beyond me. It's sucker shit. It really is. That's not how you win games. And I'm sorry, but Dirk, this shit, the kick up and the shoot, the kick up and shoot, guy, stop that shit. It's why you look, fadeaways, for those who know, fadeaway jump shots are only when someone's defending you and are jumping forward to you. Forward. Haslam's like this, straight up. What the fuck are you doing a fadeaway for? You're a show-off. That's what that is. It's show-off tactics. Now, I also want to say that the refs are killing this game, all right, for both teams. Because, for those, I'm gonna be fair here, all right? Because we saw what happened in Game 3 when Jason Kidd did the pump fake and Dwayne Wade jumped up in the air, right? And then he drew the foul. What people aren't, if you watch the replay slowly, Jason Kidd takes a double step to jump into Dwayne Wade to draw the foul. Meaning, Jason Kidd traveled. He fucking traveled to get the foul. But yet they didn't call that. See, the refs are killing this game. All right? Like I said before, referees dictate the flow of the game. So it is somewhat scripted. They dictate the flow of the game and then say, okay, guys, let's see what you can do with that situation. That's what they do. The NBA is a joke. You know what? Chris Bosh is a fucking joke because I swear to God, every time he scores, he's got a beat on his fucking chest. He's got to yell. He is soft as all hell. You don't believe me? Watch this feminine shit he did the other day.
My favorite holiday memory. Boom. Check this. I was at my aunt's house. Everybody's over. Okay, you know, we did this every Christmas Eve. Got my aunts, my uncles, my mother, grandmothers, grandfathers, everybody's there, cousins. Me and my brother, you know, being the mischievous kids that we were. We're on the stairs, throwing puppets. Throwing, you know, just having little puppet wars, just throwing puppets. He throws a puppet that was like very dangerous and sharp. And I see this. And you know, check, get him, get the guilty face right there. Okay. So I see him throwing it, and I'm gonna give you a reenactment. I see him, I was like, and I jump. Now, for those of you who don't have stairs, usually when you have stairs, there's a little ledge right there. I was about midway up the stairs. I jump, bye-yow, hit my head right there. I tumbled down a half a flight of stairs. I'm out cold. Out cold, okay? I'm out for about I guess about 30 to 45 minutes. Nobody moved me. I wake up, I'm like, how did you guys get around me so fast? It just felt like I fell down the stairs and woke up. Okay, don't you know, I'm 11, 12 years old. I couldn't go to sleep on Christmas Eve night. You believe that? I couldn't go to sleep because I had a concussion.
Really, Chris Bosh, 35 to 40 minutes, huh? You gotta be kidding me, man. Look, Chris Bosh, let me tell you something right now, man. Let me tell you something right the fuck now. You's a fucking pussy. You must have been built soft and I'm sorry, you cannot, you said what, 30, 35, 45 minutes or whatever, you were out because you jumped up and hit your head. Look, if someone's out for 35, 40 minutes or whatever, all right, that's dangerous, all right? That means he should be sent to the hospital. You telling me you just woke up and thought you were okay. That's bullshit. You're fucking lying, all right? If someone is out, clearly out, especially a child at that age, you're taking you to the fucking hospital. I'm sorry, Chris, that you're lying, all right? No one's just going to sit around and say, we're just going to leave him here, and he's just going to wake up. All of a sudden, he thought he was, he thought he was only out for all of a couple seconds. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. If someone is out, and you see this with fighting also, you see this all the time. If someone has been knocked out clearly, smelling salt. It's not you call the police, you call the ambulance, someone. I'm not trying to hear this shit. If you're saying this is true, and this is true, then your parents obviously weren't good parents. I'm sorry. I say it, look, I put it like this. Chris Bosh, you were built soft from the ground up when you were a kid. I'm telling you now, we used to ride bikes on huge hills and jumps that we could not handle, and we would crash and land on our head first, and we would never get concussions. I saw guys on skateboards that would do some ill shit and land on their head first on the concrete and never get concussions. I saw guys who got hit by cars, all right? Not from the waist down, but from the waist up, and got hit really hard, you know what I mean? And we get up and not have a concussion. So don't sit here and tell me you jumping a little bit up and then hitting your head on the beam gives you a concussion and knocks you out for 35, 45, 50 minutes, whatever the fuck you said. You're a pussy. You're a fucking pussy. You're just a fucking liar. And I'm sorry, but all that, like I said, feminine and shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm telling you now, what the fuck is wrong with you? Wearing that light up snowman shirt. The fuck is wrong? What the fuck? What the fuck, Chris Bosh? Also, I would have to say this. You want to bitch and moan about not being able to go to sleep on Christmas Eve. You're a fucking idiot. Kids, when we were kids, we never went to sleep on Christmas Eve because we knew the presents were downstairs. You gotta be kidding me. Don't sit here and fucking like, oh, I couldn't go to sleep. Motherfucker, we were up till 2, 3 in the morning. Alright, if not long, because we couldn't wait to go back downstairs. I'm not trying to hear that, Chris Bosh. That is not a complaint that anybody, and I mean anybody, will sit here and feel you want. Especially in an apartment, you had to stay in one room if you were in an apartment at the time. Man, just stop. Stop, Chris Bosh. You're a fucking liar. And I need to move on to the NBA real quick. Again. So I want to talk about this. About the referees, the way they're doing things, judging these three-point shots. Let me tell you this now, all right? We know the three-point arc is there, right? All right. Players, I don't understand this. Why are they giving so much leeway? If you see the three-point arc, make them jump straight up and shoot the ball. Make them jump straight up and shoot the ball. Don't give me this bullshit where they can jump over the line, and once they're over the three-point line, they can release the ball. No, that's a two-pointer. That's a two-pointer. I'm not sure. Stop. Stop. It's bullshit, and they've been letting them get away with this for too long. And I say this because they sat here and talked about how they wanted to, a couple years ago, they wanted to move the three-point line back. So they moved it back, all right? Now you got players jumping over the fucking line to release the ball. That's a two-pointer. And I say this because there's so many times we've seen teams lose by 1 point or 2 points or whatever because of these reasons. You cannot do this. Seriously. You have to make them shoot the ball straight up, all right? Anyways, guys, that's pretty much the show for today. It's just, it really bothers me. It really fucking bothers me, and it kills the sport even more. Seriously, if they can't shoot the three-pointer, move the three-point line up then. Move it up, all right? Move it back to where it was, because apparently these guys can't get the job done. A lot of them don't have range, and so many of them try to use range, and then because they've adjusted to the three-point shot, they don't know how to adjust back to their mid-range game. It's a joke. It's a joke. Anyways, guys, I also have, I know it's the end of the show, pretty much the end of the show, but I do have a Spotlight Player of the Week, as usual. The event Spotlight Player of the Week goes to, check this out, Ray Lewis. Yeah, now look, I just jumped on Ray Lewis not too long ago for his stupidity, all right, about what he said about crime in the NFL. But Ray Lewis came out not too long ago and wanted to talk to the youth about violence, and he wanted to come out and talk to the youth about how you can actually make a difference without being in the sports or entertainment field. So if you don't, if you don't want to watch it, I understand, because it still doesn't sit well with me, even though I'm giving him this award this week. But I understand what he was trying to do. Check this out.
I always give credit where credit is totally due, and God is so amazing. Every second of our life, God is amazing. And this foundation, home team, Dwayne called me a while ago when we first started this thing, and the road was bumpy, the road was rough, but we worked it out, we figured it out. And together we figured out that as long as we got each other, we're gonna be all right. And that's what the bottom line was about. But through my experience of going through life and dealing with a lot of things, home team knows, Samari knows, about just trusting so many different people with our brand, with who we are as a person. That's what we have to get, that's what we have to grab back again. And that's what this whole foundation is built upon. Grabbing people, educating them from the knowledge that we've learned, from the do's, don'ts, wrong, rights, whatever it may be, and now going back to our communities so we can grab a lesson. Because as soon as what you went through, young man, you're not going through it by yourself. We all go through it together. You understand? So you may lose family, but you gain family too. Because we're with you for the rest of your life. I told your grandmother that, I told your family that. All right, so your mission is to help bring us all together and keep us all together. But this is an eye-opener on what we're really trying to create. We're trying to create something that I'm tired. I'm telling you personally, I'm tired of seeing hoods remain hoods. I'm tired of seeing our numbers time and time again, young black males dropping out of school, not caring nothing. If it ain't athletics, if it ain't entertainment, then they just giving up. We have to recreate the infrastructure on what to teach our young athletes who want to learn how to run a fast food or want to jump a high vertical league. That only goes so far. So now we're trying to recreate this from the ground up to say, God, whatever it is you want to show us, show it. But together we can do it all. And if it takes a village to raise one child, then it's going to take everybody in this room to change what we're really trying to get changed. And that is be a difference before all of us one day have to go on to heaven. Because all of our eyes got to close one day. So what will be your footprints when the days are done? Our footprints, we're trying to make sure that we leave a legacy of we can do anything together. Individually, we die. But together, there's nothing God put before us.
And the people you see right here are doing it. And if you notice what you don't see, you know what I don't see? I don't see Chrysler, I don't see Ford, I don't see GM, I don't see none of those big major sponsors out there. And I think that I want to get this out and I want to get it viral all over the world. These people are doing something positive, okay? They're athletes giving back, doing something really positive, trying to educate and mentor young men, and they're doing this on their own. And this thing should be filled with logos.
What's up, big brother? Good, can't complain. All right, can you tell them people why you here? Viewers from the bottom to the top?
Really, I'm just here to support my dude, Reggie Howard, with his foundation, United Athletes Foundation, and just over here offering my support, through mentoring, through just, being around, shaking hands, meeting and greeting, and just enjoying myself, and also it's helping him, like I said, to raise some funds, for what he's doing. But the great things that he's doing is in the community.
Thank you, everyone, for having me here. On behalf of the United States Military Academy at West Point, we greatly appreciate what your organization does for military family members around the world, and that comes from the deepest part of our hearts. We thank you. At this point, we'd like to ask Mr. Howard, Ms. Crawford, Mr. McNabb, and Mr. Lewis to come up front so we can present you with some small tokens of our appreciation.
I just want to thank you again for what you're doing here for this country and for all of us and for everyone else out there who came here to participate with us today. So thank you.
First of all, I just want to commend both Reggie and Ray Lewis for even having the idea or concept to develop something like this. To be able to help these young men understand their roles and purposes in life makes life a lot more convenient and easy for us as outsiders, as family members, understand the importance of what they do and who they really are about.
Hey, this is CHRIS Brown from the WNBA. We're here at the 300 Bowling Alley in New York City. We're here to support United Athletes Foundation and the Ray Lewis Father and Son Bowling Alley. It's a wonderful event that Ray and Reggie are doing just to make sure they give back in the community. They have such a wonderful platform where they can reach the community and do things for the youth. And all their initiatives are wonderful just because they understand how important it is to make a difference in the lives of the people that support them. Thank you guys for being here.
And like I said before, if you have an athlete in your neighborhood, in your city, in your hood, wherever you're from, all right, and they're doing charity work, let me know in this video proof. Let me know, and I'll put them on and give them in respect. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. I'm out.